I believe this little town of Härnösand is the beginning of what's called the high coast. And it looks like the word Höga kusten. This has been our destination today, which is Monday, the 17th of July. We want to take a good look at the high coast area of Sweden. If you look up the words H-O-G-A, that's O with umlauts, and the word kusten, K-U-S-T-E-N, you'll be able to read something about the high coast. And why is it called a high coast? You'll see that if you get a chance to do the research. But one very interesting point, which Kathleen has noted too, is that the eastern coast here of Sweden is rising geologically very rapid. And the west coast of Finland, across the Gulf, is sinking. This happens to be the Interstate E4, which travels along the east side of Sweden. In just a few minutes, we're going to cross over the High Coast Bridge. A cable suspension bridge. Don't know how good of a view we'll have, but I can see it coming into view now. hope you enjoyed seeing the bridge. Okay, at this moment, we're as yesterday in the rain. We are not in the rain today, but we are heading towards the east, towards the Gulf of Bothnia, but at the high coast area. As you can tell, this is not a low flat area, and I see some cows on the left up here. Look at those Swedish cows.
Milk cows.
I'm sure you saw that one single marshmallow on the left. You know that's hay, right? The Swedes just love to wrap their hay in complete white plastic containers, bags. And here's some more straight ahead.
Oh yeah.
Nice field of them here.
Marshmallows.
I guarantee you they probably taste very sweet too. Oh, no, they don't. The cows like them. We have a Swedish walker.
In a skirt. Which way?
Straight ahead.
Straight.
Okay, this is the city. next place, if you want to pull over, that's fine.
It's not a place there. Here.
Sure. And here's the church.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least this one.
Yeah.
You can pull over there if you want to.
Pull over. Okay.
Oh yeah, pretty. Nordingra Church and church grounds. You can see the nice cemetery down there. The sun may be a problem for the church, but very nice location for the church along the water. I believe this is just an inland lake, but I'm not sure. So here we are again, still at the Nordingra church grounds. I might walk down and get a better picture of it, but going down towards the water you see a number of little red huts where that car is going. But this appears to be the foundation and ruins for maybe the original church at Nordingra. Obviously it was a church because of the cross there.
It was built and started in circa 1200.
Construction started in 1200.
A church out of stone with 2 rooms. Chancel with an In about 1300 AD, the sacristy is constructed in the narthex. The chancel was widened and extended to the east. In 1400 AD, the nave is extended to the west, with arches and stairs leading to the balcony is added. Toward the end of the Middle Ages, a golden altarpiece of the highest quality arrives, made at Jan Bormann's workshop in Brussels. For a short time, the church is large and beautiful, with a vestment in gold brocade and an altarpiece resembling a dollhouse. In 1523, everything changes when the King Gustav Vasa is crowned. The Catholic world is over. No more art comes from Europe. Slowly the church becomes decrepit and too small, and in 1798 the death sentence falls. It becomes a ruin, a hill with trees and shrubs. In 1938, an archaeological excavation begins. 80 years later, the walls are restored and 5 faces from the cabinet are returned to the old church. Christina Kustendotter is the woman in the hat on the gravestone with the text, Vita est labyrinthius, life is a labyrinth.
Church was built in 1920, so I'm sure the cemetery was immediately started as well. Now here's a better view of these red huts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about a dozen of these huts, but you have no idea what would have been the purpose of these buildings. Okay, my wife Kathleen just remembered why these huts are here. Apparently when people had to travel long distances to church, such as by boat across the lake or wherever they came from, and there were several days worth of meetings at the church, people would spend the night in these little huts, a good secure place to sleep for the night versus traveling back and forth for a multiple day event at the church. They look a little rustic, but they look like a pretty good sized building. So I'm sure even large families could have stayed in here. So that's the reason for these buildings. Temporary motel units of ages past. Leaving the city limits. Catch up with her.
And fell down.
That person fell down,
Yeah. Might have been a lady.
500 meters, turn right.
500 meters. Turn right. I see it. Oh my goodness.
Take the next right. Continue for 5 kilometers.
I think we're going to go inland again for a moment.
You have arrived.
Yeah, Örnsköldsvik. Shall we go to the right?
Going right.
Little pull offs every so often, so cars can pass.
Few mailboxes there.
Pretty off that direction. It's very pretty. Try to stay out of the potholes.
He's backing up. He's telling you. He flashes lights.
Look at this. Isn't that pretty?
Uh-huh.
Homes along the water. This is it, David.
This is it.
I think there's a road down here. Fiscalage. You want to go down there?
Sure.
Sure. As close as we can.
This would be good up here.
Stop up here.
Yeah, we can turn around here.
Okay. Let's stop here.
Okay, I guess this is as far as we can go because it's where the water meets the road, and here's a little rowboat that is probably used to enjoy the bay here. But you can see the water is really roughed up a little bit coming in from the Bothnia, the Gulf of Bothnia. But I just wanted to give you a good close-up view of the high coast area where it meets the water. This would be a very nice place to spend the hottest days of the summer in Sweden. It's about as secluded as you can get. But there's plenty of traffic, as you see here. These little cottages are facing east to capture that nice sunshine when there is sunshine. Okay, we'll take one more look at the bay. Oh, there's some kids playing. Okay, that's all for this one. We'll get you on the other side. Okay, we are still in the high coast area. This is a little community called Bonham. Let me spell that: B-O with umlauts, M-H-A-M-N. H-A-M-N stands for the word, is equal to the word for port. So we're at the edge of the Gulf that extends into this part of the high coast. I want to show you these little things here, these hooks. I have no idea what these are for, but they look like they have a good solid purpose at some time. Okay, all the little boathouses and cottages, 90% of them are red and white trim, as you would expect for Sweden. Let's take a walk down here, get a little bit closer to the water's edge. And there we are. I see we have some hikers over there out on that little extension of a rock. Quite windy today. The sun makes it pretty comfortable. We have an island here that protects this area. Hey. Hey. Here's a close-up look at the rocks. Now we're at the water's edge. But this island looks pretty neat. It's amazing that there's enough dirt on there to grow such nice trees, because otherwise it definitely looks like it's all granite rock. I'm going to walk out here so you can see some of the sailboats and see the cute little boat houses. Okay, that's all from here. Our video segment of the marshmallows. Can't beat them. And this is a uniquely smaller valley, but there's plenty of good land here for growing some good grass hay for the local cattle. The side of the mountain here looks a little interesting. We're still on the high coast. We are still in the high coast area. This is a little restaurant. Actually a restaurant and a gift shop, as you can see there. This is where we had lunch.